Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back here with another 12-12 AD Battlefield today. This is a river crossing battle, and yeah, this is already, you can see, getting a little bit hectic. There's already artillery shots coming in, crossbow bolts being fired, and shield walls being formed. This one was sent in by a member of my Discord. They said it was an insanely good comeback for one of the sides, so I'm looking forward to this one already. This is also a pretty long one. Oh god, these poor Frenchies already getting destroyed. Look at this, the poor sergeants here already getting blown up by mortars. So definitely worth getting yourself some snacks and some drinks to see how this one goes down. I mean, we've got 16,000 men here to die in, well, 2 choke points. That is kind of how river crossings go, and already it looks like it's kind of getting underway. It looks like, we had Kiev over here. Looks like he was already kind of rushing forward against Armenia, but or Silesia, but they're probably going to get called Armenia, so I wouldn't, so just expect that to happen. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be happening anytime soon, but the sides are, as we'll quickly go over them. We obviously have Kiev on this side, we have, and also got a lot of Kiev here. Is there 2 different, no, and we also have Nicaea here today as well. There's Anglo-Varangioi, we also have Dinatoy here. And we've got the French on this side as well as on the opposing side. So we have 2 French armies. We also have the Teutonic Order here as well. Oh my gosh, these poor units are getting destroyed. We have the Kingdom of Sicily here. And we also have the French, as we've seen, fighting on this side. So it seems like they will be fighting off against, well, the French and the Teutonic Order. And then we've got on this side, we've got Silesia. And we also have the Duchy of Wallachia, or the Voivodeship of Wallachia, I should really say. Pretty cool faction as well. Do like Wallachia as a faction, so it's going to be an interesting one to see how this one goes down. I mean, if it's just bombardment for now, I'm just going to fast forward and just get through, because I can see both sides just going to just use as much ammo as possible and just burn through as many like of these units as possible. I mean, this is kind of a big blobbing here by the 2 Sicilies, or the Kingdom of Sicily. I don't know if this is really the smartest idea, because, well, I mean, they're just allowing these pikes and these spears to get just focused down by artillery. Seems like they've got a catapult here, the Teutonic Order, and also I think the French have got maybe like a mortar or something. Yeah, there's a mortar all the way back here that's been firing. Probably getting some pretty good kills on these pikes, because they are already pretty banged up. But who knows? But yeah, if you're enjoying seeing 12-12 on the channel at the moment, I would like to see some more. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. We cover loads of 12-12 on the channel. Whether it's sieges, land battles, even river crossings like this. We don't do these very often, but you know what? I felt like a change was in need. And these show off different sort of strategies, a lot more patience, kind of very much like a siege sort of thing, but it's a siege over 2 choke points. And there's no real way to flank around at all. It's just going to be, everyone knows where you come in straight ahead, and it's just going to be a battle of brute strength and see who's got the strongest will. But at the moment, the strongest will is these Silesians, these Sicilians here. They are, well, they are very, very strong-willed right now. I would not be standing around with all the artillery going off and like all the explosions as well. Like the fireballs of justice now in here is getting pretty brutal. It looks like we're going to see, looks like we've got a charge over here. Looks like Kiev has actually gone in with some smurred infantry going in against some just sort of spears of Silesia. Or Armenia, however you want to call them. Yeah, these smurred infantry in here, I mean, they're pretty lightly armed. I feel like they're just going to weaken up the units. But, I mean, I guess they're trying to just waste ammo, but, I mean, they are routing some units now with the smurred infantry. They are tier 1 up against tier 3 as well. That's not going to help the situation. Always want to fight tier 3 with tier 3 if you can, and like tier 1 against tier 1. The officer for the smurred infantry looks pretty cool. He's got a like purple cloak going on. Look at that guy. He's at the moment he's winning the fashion competition. He's looking pretty damn awesome. Won't lie, but yeah, it seems like Kiev's quite well, he's got a much smaller choke point, I feel like, than on the other side to try and break through. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe he feels like he can, and it doesn't seem like anyone's defending it with great like strength. It seems like one speed and it's like not the end of the world. You can definitely push through here. Not like literally push through, but you know, like you can kill this unit and sneak your way through. I mean, we've got Nicaea now setting up some Scutatoi. These guys are pretty nasty. Tier 2 Scutatoi. They may be able to break through, you never know. But we've got shock infantry coming up for Wallachia, and we also have some more spears coming up as well. We've got gunners as well for Silesia. But it seems like on the other side they're taking a much slower pace over here though. Already combat, can't complain. And we're now going to see those shock infantry go in. That's going to certainly scare off the Smurd infantry. I feel like they didn't need to send the shock in yet. The Smurd infantry were being cleaned up by these spears. The shock infantry is hilarious. Let's see if I can just zoom in on a couple. They have literally just got clubs in their hand. You can see them sort of like directly in the center of your picture. They are just holding clubs. They've got funny old gnome hats on as well. These archers, I'm sure, are focusing them down. Yep, losing decisively because they're getting focused on by these archers. It's a bit early, I think, for shock infantry being sent in. Also, at the same time, it's a bit early. They don't want to get burned through this ammo on just one little light shock infantry unit. Like, there's bigger fish to fry, including cavalry. Other shock infantry here, which are medium. I mean, Silesia has no swords. They only have spears and shock. So, I mean, and they've got pretty good shock, if I remember rightly. These guys are pretty nasty. But we'll have to see what they bring to the table. These Voynich archer spears are also very, very nasty. Very, very annoying to try and break through. What swords are they sending now? These are the Scutatoi. The Scutatoi are in. Nicaea is now contributing to this effort to try and break through. The old, well, not the old, but the Roman Empire renamed. And we have got another fresh spear unit coming up as well for Armenia. And that may be able to do it, may be able to do itself some justice. It seems like these shock infantry are desperately trying to get out of there. Well, I say that. They're still holding the line. These Smurd infantry literally have got like dinner plates for shields, by the looks of it. Look at this armoured boy down here, doing his best holding on.
The enemy have rallied their units.
Yeah, these spears are forming shield wall. They are going to be tough to break through now. This is when you bring up like artillery, when focus this unit down, while while the infantry's, I don't know. Well, just retreat your infantry and focus this unit down. I don't know if France and... It's not France over here, it's Kiev and the Byzantines even brought any. It doesn't look like they did. Certainly I feel like artillery is a good way to unlock defenses. On this side, it looks like they got a trebuchet, which is really good to have. And, well, we got another one here as well. Looks like, yeah, a couple of trebuchets being brought up, ready to duel with the catapult maybe. Yeah, look at this. I mean, it seems like the French and these Sicilians over here are really happy to push into the water and try and like get across to the other crossing. They may be the aggressors on this side. We'll have to see. Certainly on this side, it seems like the Byzantines are certainly going to be the aggressors out of anyone. I mean, right now, if Byzantines and the Kiev wanted to, they could sneak around here. There's a gap in the line. They could sneak around, maybe get some cav up there. Who knows? And certainly don't want to be fighting in this choke point for too much longer. There you go, the spears break formation. They're going back in. Really, the defenders, as I'm kind of calling them at the moment, need to get some more troops down here because, I mean, this Scutatoi, if it forms column, it's getting around and it can sneak around. I presume this is passable. There's troops in the reeds. More Scutatoi being sent in. Really, they should just be going round. I know, obviously, there's cavalry waiting, but that's why you can either bring up cav or you can bring up a spear unit. Spear units would be pretty handy for this situation. I know I always criticize people for bringing spears, but they do have their use sometimes. Like this Scutatoi here, send this boy up. He could go up, he could get around, and I presume he could form square, and even if he can't, like, the cavalry won't want to charge him. And then you have a spear unit, like, behind enemy lines. That could always be a big play. Seems like over here, these spears and pikes have been ravaged by the... they have been ravaged by the artillery, really. And, I mean, they are probably not going to hold too much longer. Like if an actual fight breaks out. And look, this infantry as well is getting focused down. Lots of losses for like the this French over here. But here we go. Finally, we're going to see a clash of arms, and it's the Teutonic Order going in against the French on this side. Though there are two French armies, one on either side. Teutonic Order, they're going to try and battle their way through. I hope they're not trying to... They don't know what they're pulling through. Samlander infantry is not the greatest infantry in the world, though. Don't know if it's really going to be able to stop these... yeah, these Samlanders already losing decisively. They are kind of crappy. These pikes and spears, they're actually here. Look at the Samlanders already wavering. 220 men. Are they getting shot in the back by gunners? I feel like they are. They're getting shot in the back by their gunners. Their guns. Minus 13 morale. That's not good. You need to get gunners, you need to get a clear line of sight if you're going to do it.
Enemy units have returned to the battle.
There you go. They are, those Samlanders are probably going to break anytime soon. I mean, so are the sergeants here. But, I don't know. Don't know if that's really a great trade-off there for those Samlanders to get one little sergeant unit. Scooter Toy here also running into a brick wall as we've got some more shock infantry coming down here. We're now forcing back the attacking Byzantines. These men with clubs, literal war, like sticks, like somehow killing men in armor. Who knows how they're doing it? A miracle. Oh, we had a general just charge forward here. Grandmaster's bodyguard rushing forward. I mean, that's a bit risky for this early on in the game. Pike's wavering. That's good. Both these sergeants now wavering. Everyone here is just wavering. I feel like the Samlanders should have broken by now. They've been wavering for at least a good half a minute. And there you go. They break as I say that. On cue. Perfect timing, guys. I mean, the sergeants haven't got really anywhere to go. They're just going to run into a wall of spears. And they actually, one of them did break. The other one has also broken. So I guess there's a small win there for the Samlanders. They're going to break both these units here for the price of one of theirs. So, I mean, that's good, I guess. The gunners here, yeah, these Silesian gunners have got a much better angle. Silesian, Sicilian. Now that Silesia and Sicily are here, I'm doomed. I'm doomed on getting it right. I'm going to mix them up for sure. That's why it's going to be called Armenia and Sicily. But yeah, so yeah, these gunners here, I mean, they can shoot into the spears pretty easily. But again, I feel like gunners, you want to save your ammo for things like cavalry. And look at that, these light shock infantry, again, getting focused down. And the spears here as well, still in a bit of trouble. Seems like the move of Kiev and France is going to be just to, and Kiev and the Byzantines, sorry, just to be to focus their way through. They're just going to try and focus their way through. Got these Voynich archer spears as well, very handy units to have. Both a spear and a archer hybrid unit, as you can see here. So you can kind of just, like, you can outgun any faction, really, if you're playing as Wallachia. You can just bring so many bows to the table. And what we're seeing now come up, Scooter Choice Swords. Seems like the Scooter Choice Swords are going to be the first to go in. Kiev has got slightly better infantry, I'd say. He's got those heavy infantry. So, yeah, no surprise that they are going in first with the Scooter Toy. And you can see that this sort of choke point here has become a bit of a kill zone, a bit of a kill box. Honestly, these swords may want to just think about rushing forward. It looks like we're going to see some Armenian Cav, some Aspetner going to come maybe push down the Scooter Toy form shield wall. I think in a response to being gunned down by archers, but also because it's like the Cav is getting close. But I don't think like the Cav would be stopped by one. Actually, they're in the water. Maybe they would be stopped. Yeah, these Scooter Toy here are slowly being focused down. 135 and dropping. Already 125. Yeah, these. I mean, these archer spears using a lot of ammo up on one unit here.
Enemy units have been
I feel like it might be a little wasteful. At the same time, they may just kill that one unit out entirely. And bizarrely, these archers here believe they had a chance of breaking through. Fools! What fools! But yeah, I mean, numbers I imagine have not really changed. Certainly the attackers, as we're kind of calling them in a sense, have lost less men at the moment. The defenders are down to 6,600. The attackers at 7,500. But I mean, anything can change. Anything can change. I'm expecting plenty of stuff still to happen and change. We've got lots of cavalry here. I'm a little bit worried by the cavalry being brought. Conteni light shock. We've got medium shock here of Sicily. So I mean that's not looking good. I mean I imagine like the Teutonic Order's brought heavy shock yet. Gendarmes got very heavy shock here. Some really nasty cav. We've got the trebuchets now coming in though. These guys are gonna just. Oh look at this, sniping out the catapult. They need to try and snipe back and take out that trebuchet for sure, because that trebuchet is going to be a real problem to any force over here. And I like that they've really they haven't really scattered out their troops, so they scattered them out a fairly decent amount. But we are going to fast forward a little bit just to wait and see if any more like engagements occur anytime soon. There is a lot of time still left on the timer, so I imagine there's going to be a few dead areas where nothing really happens, just a little bit of skirmishing. But it looks like, well, maybe cavalry coming forward here. We may be about to see some sort of cavalry charge take place. I feel like neither side really wants to commit their cavalry first. Which I don't blame them, because if you lose the cavalry fight, or you like it just gets gunned down by archers, you're down a cavalry already, and cavalry is obviously king in 12-12. This Scooter here has had not a fun day. Down to 82 kills, men, and he's not even got any kills. Yeah, they're now rushing forward. And they're going to get even more effectively gunned down. Like, they're down to 66 now. Yeah, not looking good for these boys. Not looking good. Here we go. Cavalry's going to rush forward. We are going to see Armenian cav. Oh, they tried it. They faked it. I mean, it's going to get shot at a little bit. They need to be careful. This isn't a full-strength unit anyway. You need to be very, very careful about that. These spears here, they look like they're going to duel with the archers across the river. Can't really see too much game for either side there from that fight, but is what it is. I mean, they're already running out of ammo. I thought this was like a spear unit that has bow ammunition as well. They seem to look like they have about half ammo left to these hybrid units, but that's a guess, not like the end of the world. That's like they've probably done a decent amount of damage to this sword unit to get their money's worth from the archers. And these crossbows are getting cut down, but they seem like they're doing it. Well, they have actually broken the sword unit, which is kind of hilarious that these this culverin crew here just routed that. That's kind of hilarious. I didn't realize they had a culverin. I didn't realize they must have fired all the ammo at something. Not quite sure what, but they have fired it at something. Looks like a trebuchet, perhaps. Yeah, Kiev has a trebuchet back here. I said they had no artillery. They do. It's just very much hidden because the culverins, well, potentially going to just shoot it to pieces, but they did not. And now look at this Kuchtoy rushing forward, trying to get amongst the gunners of Armenia, and they don't. They get sent packing. Seems like the catapult here has also been silenced by the trebuchet of Sicily, so that's always good. I mean, he's got one left. I don't know whether the mortar can probably take him out. I'm not even sure. But yeah, still not much going on really. No real pushes by either side when it comes to infantry. Though we are seeing some swords now moving up. Some fresh, relatively fresh Skutatoy coming in. And here we go. Armenian cav rushing down the hill into the water. And they're going to try and silence these Skutatoy. I don't know whether they'll manage it. And then we've got spears as well rushing down. I imagine they're going to let the cavalry get out of combat. Yeah, these Kutsoi are actually in fact losing. They need to get more infantry up here. They've got some dismounted Cavian nobles. Get them up. We'll get some like shock infantry up or something to deal with his cav. This cav's not going anywhere. I thought it was going to come out. Here it comes. Out it comes. Spears come rushing in. And there you go. Nice little handover there by Armenia. Did really, really well there. Changing in changing out the cavalry and bringing in the infantry. Really well done. The Skutatoy should easily be dealt with. The cavalry could probably go for flanking charge. And it looks like it's going to go for a charge onto the Kievian nobles instead. Really nice charge. Knocking these Kievian nobles back into the water. I mean, they've been hit pretty hard there, but they are I think a much stronger unit than these medium melee. They are like heavy melee. They take a little bit more to kill, and these cav is getting focused down. Kiev now rushing up his nobles, and there you go. So now we see Kiev, the power of Kiev, be sent in. Armenia constantly just charging into or trying to charge into the flank. We also have more of this light shock in here as well being committed. Trying to get a little flanks on these Kievan nobles. They're doing quite well. Got archers being sent in. These guys aren't too bad for. They actually have a shield. So they actually have a pretty good archer unit, mid-tier archer unit that the Byzantines can bring up. They may do okay. They'll hold the line for a little longer. And look, you can see Kiev also bringing up dismounted Boyar Sons, which are a hybrid unit. They are officially a hybrid unit. Heavy ranged melee infantry. They are very, very nasty. I'm excited to see these guys in action. Dismounted Boyar Sons. Do your Kievian Tsar proud. Is it a Tsar? It might just be a prince, isn't it? Principality of Kiev. Probably just a prince, like a grand prince. Oh, there's been a bit more fighting over here. We have actually had the Teutonic Order rush forward again. They're just running against pikes though. This is not a healthy combat here. Their artillery still going off. Yeah, they need to really focus on these pikes. How many more pikes do Sicily have? It doesn't look anymore, but France has pole arms. So, I mean, it seems like there is hope to break through. But the Teutonic Order here is throwing men into the meat grinder. They're all probably going to just die in the end of pikes. Can't see this ending very well for them. I mean, these spears are not that expensive, I remember. Yeah, Lanciari Ghibellani, they're really cheap spears, 13th century spears. But they're holding the line like long enough, and they're also just like throwaway units that you don't mind getting hit by artillery. Yeah, they're supporting this pike unit really well. And we've got sergeants now coming in. These are tier 3 sergeants of France. And they should do some damage. They'll help rout these Samlanders that dare to fight. And that's certainly a bit of a loss there for the Teutonic Order, I feel. Don't feel like they made any gains there. Over here, Kiev as well, not really making any progress. Armenia still getting nice charges into the flank with his cav here. Still doing really nice work. I love the coat of arms that Armenia has going on as well. Like that, it's very nice. It's like Jerusalem in the center. It's then I don't know what the other ones are really. Armenia's on the left. I know that. I'm not quite sure what it is on the right. Maybe like the county of Edessa or something. You know, the county of Edessa is long gone at this point. Not quite sure. Is it like the Lusignan sort of like emblem? I'm not entirely sure. They are retreating. They are letting Kiev up this slope a little bit more. The shock infantry has been broken. It's just the spears left. And these Voynich archer spears kind of act like a polearm unit. They are really tough to break through. You kind of have to flank them. They kind of haven't got a bit of a polearm look to them, these spears. Yeah, they really need to focus these guys down. Maybe even, like I said, you could just flank around here. I don't know, I haven't thought. Maybe let's just try and get a bit of cav up. A bit of cav up, maybe. Or some infantry. Just flank around here. Try and get after these gunners. Certainly a bit of cav may, you know, do quite well. Cav is going to have a hard time though going through this water. Everything slows down going through the water, which is why it's always a bit of a risk. I'd certainly be focusing these gunners down. They're not in loose formation. They're also light gunners, and gunners are just a really good target to take out. They don't have the same range as you. So yeah, I'll be getting these archers. I'll be focusing. I think they are. They're focusing the gunners down. Over here, it's all quiet. Really, seems like both sides kind of respect each other. Realize both sides got pretty strong defenses. Sergeants here now getting shot up by crossbows and all sorts. But how are the numbers looking? 5,800 to 6,500. So the defenders, as I'm kind of calling them, still in that deficit. They are still losing more men much quicker. But now we're seeing big pushes here by the attackers, so that might turn that back in favor of the defenders. We will see. Yeah, this is certainly not healthy. I don't think these spears are really using any men. I don't think they've lost really any since they've been in combat. And that's going to be a real problem, like, for fighting Vlachia later on, because they've got one here. There's at least another 5, if not more, waiting here in reserve. These Voynich Archer spears are just a pain to get through. Are they? Oh no, that's the Armenian spears are losing. Like I said, they want to try and get someone up around this gap here, see if they can find Crown, because these Archer spears are kind of like in loose formation. Don't know if they'd really withstand a cavalry charge like that. And now there's nothing in this choke point here. Maybe, I think, France and Sicily are going to let them in and maybe make a bit of a kill box. Maybe bait in the Teutonic Order. And allow them to, and the French, I forget there's 2 French armies, and just to let them like come inside a little bit. I don't know. They've got plenty of units ready, got plenty of gunners, they've got shock infantry, swords, spears, pikes, they're ready to go. So any cav that came rushing across would get shot up by a lot of things, and then would run into some pretty nasty units as well. Yeah, these archer spears here are winning. That's not good. That's not a good sign, because they are outmastering some pretty nasty infantry here. You need to find a way around these pikes, or these spears. They're basically pikes or pole arms, really. Like I said, there's still need to be looking at this. I feel like the Byzantines or Kiev need to think about bringing up more troops. But they don't seem like they've got much in the way of like mainline infantry. It's just, well, I say that actually, it's all here. Kievan nobles all waiting here. One around the gap, around this gap here. Maybe the way in. It looks like, I don't know, I thought maybe for a moment we're going to see Wallachia just closing that up. Maybe they just need to slow it down. Just go for archer spear, like focus those archer spears down. These crossbows here have tried to get across. They've been gunned down. These levy crossbows are just getting gunned down. Maybe that was the plan, just to soak up some ammo, but I don't know, I don't feel like they achieved much there.
Ammunition is spent and it can no longer fire.
I feel like they didn't really achieve anything. I feel like both sides on this side of the combat are quite interested in defending, and while on the other side here, Kiev and the Byzantines feel like they've got the upper hand, and they're quite happy to push across. I feel like they're being proven wrong though at the moment. They are really not got the ability to take out these defenders. They've got some gunners here from France being sent over. They've been sent over to come and assist in the side. I feel like France is either thinking, I've got nothing to do on my side, or he's thinking, my allies really need the help. And the archers really dueling it out here. This is just going to be like, it's been constantly constantly going on all day, really, all video, just like constant archer duels across the river. We've got cavalry as well. Look at this Kateni light shock cavalry coming. They may go for a charge on these swords. They are being hit by guns, but so is everything in front of them, I imagine. There we go, dismounted Kievan nobles. They're coming back for a second bite of the cherry. I don't think they're going to break through. Sadly, it's just a charge in hope. And there you go, swiftly broken. And this, look at this choke point. It's just got so many dead in it. Thousands dead already here, and then I'm sure many thousands will be joining them in the water, in the sand. But yeah, it's already halfway through this battle. Still got a lot of troops there to get through. Still got a lot of troops. I mean, a lot of infantry, like elite infantry, still to come through and do and do some damage in some form or another. And spears here look like they're getting hit by maybe artillery, probably like the trebuchet. Gonna have to deal with that as well. There's trebuchet here and another one back there. They're all getting just like gonna get some pretty easy kills. I would personally be sending a trebuchet maybe over to this side, like helping your allies. Maybe just see if you can hurry up the attackers. I mean, they've got a trebuchet here now firing. Look at this. They're just gonna use this as a way to unlock this this defense. Not a bad idea. They break that Armenian spear very nicely. The archers here. They're now going to hold the line. These archers, I'm pretty sure, are okay in combat. If I can remember correctly. They have a mace and a shield there, you can see. Doesn't help that they're getting shot in the back by their own gunners. I don't think that's going to help with morale and generally everything. They're now getting rushed forward by some archers of the Byzantines who are, well, they've just re-rallied and just been sent in to die. And occupy these archers, silence them. They've been broken pretty easily. Look, you can see there's not many infantry or anything really defending here. Seems like the defender's quite happy to give ground. I mean, if I was now Kiev, I'd be rushing troops across because I don't think they can get back to this choke point and defend it in numbers very effectively. Maybe that's what they want to do. But I feel like this formation here that they got set up is much more favorable for Kiev and for the Byzantines rather than like the one over here that like France and the Teutonic Order have to go through, because this is more of like a crescent one. They're getting fired from multiple angles. This one over here is just straight ahead on. So if you can land get a few troops across, you're kind of in business pretty quickly. I also feel like over here they're taking a lot more casualties. In general, I mean, I say that there's still lots of fresh archer spears here, which I'm sure is the only thing they've spammed and brought. As Wallachia, they just brought these archer spears. Oh my gosh, yeah, they brought so many of these guys. I don't think, honestly, I'm making a prediction now. I don't think the Byzantines are going to break through. Don't click off this video, because I may be wrong, because there's apparently a great comeback. But, I mean, these spears are just a pain to break through. Crossbows here, getting a few shots. Breaking what they can, now they're being mauled by cavalry crew. They actually break them? They did. Cavalry crews are OG today. Great bombards. They also had a artillery piece. Just not seen it being fired. Didn't even realise. Everyone did bring artillery then. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure everyone has. Some of them more evident than others. Gunners are all easily been breaking stuff there. Cavalry coming forward as well. Looks like they may go for a charge on the Samlanders, maybe? No. Samlanders now kind of hold the choke point. Seems like after a lot of bloodshed, the Teutonic... yeah, this is a Teutonic Order sent troops here. Why? Seems like Kiev, though, now holds the choke point, along with the help of the Samlanders of the Teutonic Order. Seems like everyone's just trying to get involved on this side. It seems like the attackers, as we're calling them, feel like this is going to be the choke point to get through, and they are through, as it currently stands. These Samlanders are going to rush the handgunners. And I imagine the handgunners will just about stay out of range. They are light in comparison to the medium. But one sword is not going to secure this area. They need to get more across. They need to rush more across, and the cavalry. I'm seeing Dinotoy now come forward. It's a little late. The Samlander unit is going to die. It's going to get run down by Armenian Cav. This is one of the worst charges I've ever seen. But it did enough to stop the Samlanders advancing anymore. Here we go. This is going to be a proper charge. Into them, in shield wall though. They may hold. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm going to say they did not stop that. I'm going to say they did not stop this fight. This charge. And they're going to probably get chopped down with these Samlanders. And here we go. We're going to see another charge here from the Kurteni. They're going in. Oh, they are fast-moving cav. They are really light shock, or like light shock cav. They're a pretty good charge on these Kievan nobles here, but they are very easy to take out being light shock. Yeah, this is just going to be the problem. They need to get cavalry up here to support their infantry, because otherwise, the Wallachians and the Armenians are quite happy just to constantly just charge their infantry. I'm going to see another charge. No, looks like we're not. Neither side quite happy. Both sides of like the choke points, quite happy just to sit and just wait. Quite happy to sit and wait and see what happens. You can see here these dismounted Kievan nobles, they're just going to sit here, wait over the hill and just wait for something to happen. But yes, we will move on. We will fast forward a little bit. We'll see what happens. It seems like even though they hold the choke point, I mean, the gunners are just going to shoot these poor Kievan nobles to death. That's what's going to happen. Doesn't look like they've got a great angle. To be honest, I feel like, yeah, they cannot see the Kievan nobles, really. They're hidden by that little slopes. They might be safe as staying there. I mean, they can hit a little bit, but not too much. Cav here as well. As soon as this infantry pushes up, the Cav is going to come rushing across. But here we go, Dynatoy coming across. This is what we've been waiting for, Dynatoy to make the move. And we will see what happens here. The Cav not having to worry about charge, like their charge has been slowed because they're going to be able to get across. But this is a lot of Cav coming across. We've got French Cav here as well. We're seeing, yeah, a lot of cavalry here. This is going to be a big problem for Wallachia. But look at what they're trying to do. They're trying to box in this whole area with so many spears. And that could be the way to do it. They may be able to stop the Dynatoy. They're going to have to get a few charges off and a few stuff. There's also Sicilian gunners over here. Seems like everyone's trading units where they're needed. But yeah, these Dynatoy getting hit hard by gunners. And in they go. We've got French infantry here as well. French infantry being shifted across. Sergeants here. And those handgunners are going to... The chaos of the cavalry all like rushing this line here. You can see like the spears is going to do so much damage. Look at this. The spears are going to do so much damage to the Cav.
Have returned to the battle.
Kievan nobles rushing by as well. They're going to try and sneak in and Dynatoy, look at this. I mean, they're going to have so much cavalry freedom here. There's like, you can see the cav that's like already here. I mean, there's not enough to stop it. This Dynatoy is going to rip through this medium shot cav. That's Sicily sent this way. Dynatoy are just too good. It's one of the best cav in the game, in my opinion. Absolutely nasty cav. Doing their emperor proud. And what we've got near Kateni as well, they're not going to stop it. And you can see now the Cavs in behind, they can just threaten the spear line as well. You can see the spears are on their way up. We've got archer spears here, they are moving up. But as you can see, they are ready to box in. But I feel like this is a victory already for the Byzantines in a little sense, because they're in behind with their cavalry a little bit. Also, they pushed back the defenders from the choke points to kill a lot of their archers. There's just like spears. Which you're either going to have to choose to go into like archer formation or into spear formation. If they go into archer formation, they can duel with the archers, which is great, but then they're at risk of being charged by cav. But if they stay in spear formation, they stop the cav, but they do get like killed by archers, so that's a bit of a risk. We've got the King of Sicily over here. He's dueling with some Kievan nobles. Kateni coming in. They're really trying to stop this cavalry that's got in behind. You never know, they might. They've got the Gentiles here, though. This is a nasty cav unit. This is a really nasty cav unit. That might be worth going after maybe like Vlad or the King of Sicily here. You never know. The Kateni is going to charge it. Not a bad charge there on the Gentiles, but I feel like the Gentiles eventually will win that fight, and as a whole, they'll win that.
Weapons and are fleeing.
And they're just charging cav into these spears. So this is also not good. What is France doing here? France making huge mistakes of charging in straight in, getting his gendarmes killed very, very easily. The chivalry of France is gone. Like the chivalric class has just entirely been wiped out on that spear line there alone. But yeah, like the remaining cav is actually just getting surrounded and killed off. There's Dynatoy. Did they actually keep any reserve? No, that was their entire cav force there. The Teutonic Order still has some, I think, and we've still got like some gendarmes over there. So they're not fully out, but there's a big risk. I mean, the defenders also still don't have any cav either, bar generals really. I mean, well, actually I say that they have quite a bit of cav. So they are certainly got the advantage here. I don't know why they bring up Anglo Randroid. They need to bring up gunners and crossbows and archers. Bring these guys up. They'll do the work. They'll get you through. But yeah, the big push there by the cavalry. And now what are the numbers looking like? 4,900 against 4,700. And look at that. The comeback is starting to happen for the defenders. So yeah, they're doing a really good job. Now, what are the Byzantines going to do now? Looks like the French are setting up some of their gunners. I mean, they're breaking gunners, which is good. Gonna have cavalry. Looks like they're gonna rush through though. Kateni here looks like it really wants to try and push through. I don't know whether it'll make it though. Over here it's all quiet. Just nothing going on. It seems like the Teutonic Order is just waiting patiently for the right time. What's back here? More dismounted brood. Okay. Yeah, it just seems like they're just kind of being patient. And I feel like the move now would be to move archers over to this flank. I mean, archers with ammo, Teutonic Order, not just Prussian archers with no ammo. That's not what they're looking for. But they certainly need to be trying to take out at least one, if not two, of these spear units. But they seem like they've got plenty of reserves at the moment, which is a little bit concerning. There's just so many. They need to kind of like hope that, like right now they're using their bows. This is what I mean. This is why they need to keep some of their cav alive, because they're currently using their bows. Oh, they can get their spears out just like that though. It's so quick. I thought the animation might be a little bit more, but no. I feel like this could be an almost impenetrable line then. I mean, it's always going to help if they're just going to shoot their spears in the back, but yeah, they're in a real bit of trouble here. They're bringing pole arms across by the looks of it. Halberdiers from the Teutonic Order being sent across. But here we go. Look at this, just chucking trebuchet shots in here, trying to do the damage. And doing a little bit of damage. I mean, might want to aim for a more blobbed up unit. Like this one here, maybe. Who knows? But they're retreating their gunners. They're retreating some. Armenia's sending his forward. Maybe this will be the way to break through. I don't know. There's no like impenetrable line of spears here. Doesn't seem like there's much in the way of infantry at all on either side, to be honest, though. So, I mean, there's that. Yeah, this just seems like where most of the resources are going for both sides now, in on this choke point. I've got to hope that the spear line somehow falters somewhere. Like I said, they just need to focus one spear unit down at a time, and they'll be able to do it. Pretty good hit there. They need to stop firing at these, like firing their gunners from back there. It seems like they're not doing any damage to their morale, which is always a win. Right now, I feel like they need to take out Vlakia's general, though. If they can somehow get the Vlakia's general, but he's going to be way back here. Yeah, Vlad came forward for a little bit when the cav charge happened, but apart from that, he's not been coming forward. And that's going to be the way they're going to break this army, is if they send forward the if they can get him killed, because these spears are not going anywhere. They seem like they're pretty resolute. They'll stop entire armies in their wake if they have to.
Our men are breaking off.
I can hear charging. Spears coming forward. I mean, the scooter toy, maybe to break through. I don't know. Spears against spears, maybe. I feel like they're just a bit more like halberds. They kind of act as. And here we go. Cav rushing into the back line. This is not going to be good for the formation of the spear arch unit. That's a bit of a win there. These are gold chevron. I didn't realize how chevroned up some of these units are. Yeah, this spear unit here is kind of coming out of formation a little bit. I honestly don't know what's going to be a good counter to it. Maybe pikes. Pikes or actual halberds, maybe a good counter. Like we're just seeing up now, Italian mercenaries being pushed forward by the Empire of Nicaea here. That might stop them. It looks like it is. It looks like they have the range sort of over the spears. But yeah, shock infantry here. I mean, Smurd, Birder, Axeman, they actually look like they're having some sort of joy against the spears here. Kind of surprised, because like I said, they kind of act like halberds. Yeah, these guys are losing. It's a good start. And you can see Voynich archers losing here as well, because of the halberds, I think. So we're seeing some breaking going on. And shock infantry is rushed forward here. This is dismounted Diazvorna from Armenia, and they're challenging the dismounted Ritterbruder. I don't think that's a fight they can win.
Return to the battle.
I don't know, they are losing pretty decisively. They've got halberdiers in here as well, that's why.
They are trying to
Shock
take out
infantry
our
going in.
general.
Generals under attack. I presume by just like rogue shots. Joan of Arc as well. Really good general. Yeah, shock infantry charging in against the spears. Actually doing a lot of damage. I'm really surprised. Like they kind of act like halberds, these guys. So I feel like the shock infantry just get impaled on them. Apparently not. Apparently they're not that hard to break at the moment. Or certainly they're challenging the right spots. Look at this. Curteni wavering, breaking, going into the back of these halberds. They're trying to go into the back of them. They look like they have turned just in time. Now Joan of Arc's come forward. And that's going to be goodbye Curteni there as they break. Really well played there by the attackers, getting rid of some pretty good some pretty useful cav. This light shock can move so quickly; it's so effective. Ritterbruder now doing the damage against these spears here. Moving them forward. This looks like it might be the way through. It seems like on the other side they're just not interested in pushing, and I don't blame them. Spears breaking here, though. Scutitoi as the Sicilian shock infantry goes in. Now we're going to see. It looks like French shock go in. They're going to challenge. So we're going to see a huge battle of shock infantry men covered in armor here. They are winning. They're actually beating the French shock. Not a good sign. They could do with maybe getting a charge off with maybe Joan of Arc, so in charges the flank. But we are seeing a flank open up here. This is really good for the attackers. We're also seeing Vlad come forward here. Maybe the time to try and take him out. Just deal a killer blow to all these spears here. Also seeing whilst the King of Sicily is routing a huge amount of Kievian troops here. He's routed this entire sort of right flank of the attackers. They're kind of running out of infantry, though they've got some pretty good halberd hybrid units. They're like sword and shield. They should be able to do some work. I'd certainly be thinking about taking out Vlad if they can get a shot on him.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
You can see here the shock infantry has in fact lost. They definitely need to get some cav in here. You've got gendarmes here. Run these guys down. Run them into the ground. You can see Vlad is being chased right now by Joan of Arc. And we're seeing a huge break over here of all sorts of like units. Many spears, but breakthrough going on by a lot of shock infantry here. Archers also getting in. Artillery really is trying to focus down Vlad. Poor guy, he can't get a break right now. They just want to kill your spears off, man. That's all they want.
The enemy have
Kill the
rallied
spears.
their
And you see
units.
more pikes being shifted across this direction as well. Look, everything getting shifted this way. Only some spears being held here. I mean, they've got some pole arms as well. God, a Scots pole arms to be precise. Yeah, everything being shifted this way. This is where it's going to be decided. Right now, if I was these archer like spears, I'd be getting my bows out and I'd be focusing down these Italian mercenaries while they're in like point blank range. The pikes are certainly going to challenge those halberds, that is for sure. This is a surprising, like they're losing this fight here, the spears, because they had like shock infantry support. I would have thought they'd be winning this. There's cavalry all the way out here. Look at this, Joan of Arc is just going really far wide. Really well played by Armenia here. He's got like good support. He's got shock infantry and gunners support his general. Really good move there. Vlad's got in and he's actually routing the center of the Kievian line here. But he is also getting mixed in with some pole arms. And that is not going to be healthy for Vlad. Yeah, not good. And I feel like that's what they're trying to go after, really. I mean, a really good shot there on the general's bodyguard. On the Chevrolet, just got like 12 kills. Really, really well done. Yeah, Vlad, stop charging this. There's pole arms in here, man. There's pole arms in here. Pole arms are not healthy for you, man. There he is, and he's ordering his bodyguard forward. He needs to be careful. Vlad, what are you doing, man? Oh, he's got to be careful. He's in really. There we go. Enemy general is dead. That is Vlad gone. The last of these spears should break. But I think he's done a good enough job, and they're really trying to take out Armenia's general now. I mean, not a bad idea. He's at 34 out of 50. Really weakening him up. Softening up this cavalry unit. And they need to focus him as well. Focus him down. Be a good win as well. You can see they're also pushing across on this side now. We're seeing Garda Scots. Archers come across by the looks of it. And the 3rd Company E. I feel like it's a little bit bold to come across this early, but have they got any cav here to support it? No, there's one cav unit here. Joan of Arc on this side. Oh, could just cause absolute riot, potentially. I mean, we're seeing just huge breaking here. Not looking good. Cavalry coming in. Gendarmes trying to get a rear charge on these spears. They kind of have. I don't know. They are going to break. And it's going to be... They've done a really good job with Vlachia, though. It's been a really, really good fight. I'm not saying it's over. Oof. It's certainly not over if this Anglo Vranjo takes hits like that. Byzantines could be out very, very soon as well. I like this, though. Look at this. The floating men. What is this witchcraft? Anglo Vranjo here. Very much open for the King of Sicily just to charge him. I don't know why they haven't bothered with that yet. Maybe because they're worried about all the archers support. I don't know. But yeah, this is not looking good right now for the defenders. So they are bringing up fresh troops. They're bringing up lots of French troops, lots of French chevaliers. I feel like the French have kind of a little bit untouched. And they're also like pushing on this side as well. The Guard of Scots just needs to focus this gunner unit down. I mean, one of these gunner units down. And they also need to just get out of this choke point. Just get out and around so they can just do some damage. They could have really done with like one cavalry unit, maybe a general. Who have they got here? They got the Nazgard, they got the Grand Master's bodyguard here. France still keeping his cav alive, really well done. But I mean, really, you should be going into the back. You should be going into the back lines now, get these archers and take them out. If you get rid of these archers, this makes up the majority of their army right now. I mean, 2,600 against 2,100, and like you can get all these shock infantry as well. Like rear charge, these guys could do some absolute work right now. And it's French infantry versus French infantry, both exhausted. Both just want to go home and rather not be killing their friends and relatives today as they are currently right now. And there we go, French cavalry coming to the back lines as well as gendarmes doing the work, killing these French chevaliers. Really well done, really well done. That's going to mop up that. How are these guys losing? I don't know. But yeah, they can just do whatever they want. I mean, King of Sicily over here, he is definitely going to try and join the party. You can already tell. That's a bit of a risk. Another general going in. They are down 2 already. You need to be careful. He's going to come in. He's King of Sicily. Getting himself mixed in a fight that's got a lot of shock infantry in here. Here he comes. King of Sicily knocking down people left, right, and center. More shock infantry coming in. He needs to be careful. Kind of got out there with very little losses. The cav hasn't been broken. Is Joan of Arc dead or something? No, she's very much alive. Don't know why the French are really breaking. I don't know. I guess the gendarmes at 26. I guess that's kind of normal, I guess. More shock infantry coming across now. We've got Ridderbruder coming in. And this, I mean, they don't need this much for one unit. This is also kind of like a bit too much blobbing. So they should break through this Chevalier unit in like record time. I mean, these pole arms are losing to the shock. Well, both sides are losing. They need to just deal with that pretty quickly. But we've still got some of these archer spearmen alive. That's a problem. But over here, look at this. You can see that the French and well, the HRE, the Teutonic Quarter are being forced back. That's very well done there by the French player here, who's still got some pole arms doing his bit, losing decisively currently to his mortar crews. Has he lost his general or something? No, again, why are they breaking so early? Are they just because they've been caught out of position? Like, I'm not really sure. But they're wavering early. Are they getting shot by guns? I'm going to say that's got to be friendly guns. Guard of Scots halberds coming forward. Oh, one of the sexiest looking units in this game, that is for sure. They don't look very good though when they're getting burnt alive, I won't lie. They need to like rush these gunners down. These pole arms need to get moving and quick. And look at this, lots of breaking over here, lots of French stuff breaking and also Sicilian. This is not a good move here by the French. They need to retreat this because you're going to get focused down and just rear charged by cav. Yeah, it's in a real bad state now. I mean, what, 1,600 against 1,400. Shocking, just chopping through crossbows. They're not even there. I mean, they're just slowing them down so these other archers can just get as many shots off as them as possible. Genoese still alive with pretty decent ammo. It's always good. They really need to get Joan of Arc. Oh, this is King of Sicily. They really need to get the Joan of Arc. They kill that one. They're in business. Joan of Arc. Gendarmes. Here we go. Charges the flank of the King of Sicily. I feel like they've I feel like they should be able to win this. Kill the King of Sicily, then they're going to rout a lot of these troops here because they've still got a lot of these men. Where is Joan of Arc? Where is she? I'm not sure. She's a very strong unit. She should be able to hold for like till almost breaking. I think she has the unbreakable ability, which is a bit broken. I won't lie. I think that might be her there. That might be, but I'm not sure. You can see the King of Sicily is going to break. And Gendarmes got a really good charge off there on those Ballistari. Really well done. Do need these other cavalry units here. The Grandmaster needs to come over and support. But yeah, it's looking pretty good at the moment. I don't know why the shocking which is charged straight into pole arms. This is not healthy.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Shock infantry being broken. Now here come the pole arms. Halberdiers coming up. Oh, that's going to be brutal. Joan of Arc here getting a lot of kills on these archers. All these Prussian archers. Not really with much ammo. Can this trebuchet actually like get a hit on the Joan of Arc? They're going to rear charge into the dismounted Ritterbruder. Pretty good charge there.
Stand and fight, damn you!
Joan of Arc is going to have to pull it out of the bag. And they broke them nearly everything over there, including the Guard of Scots. It's going to come down to generals. It really is. It's going to come down to who's got the more like general unit left. I mean, maybe combined, all of the attacking generals are like got all the attacking cav units have got enough to stop this Joan of Arc. But it might just come down to army losses. It may just honestly come down to army losses. This Angry Varanjoy here is going to just get absolutely wiped out. And they've actually charged in some archers in there. Again, why are these archers charging? They should be focusing Joan of Arc down. They do more, achieve more doing that. They've broken the archers here. They just need to take this one out. And then, I mean, that might be enough. I mean, what is the numbers now? 1,000 versus 400. It's going to be close, is what it's going to be. This Joan of Arc is doing its best.
The men are broken and are fleeing.
And the cav there. Looks like it's going to mop up this Genoese crossbow. Joan of Arc, though, still doing something. Why are these archers just set up and put a volley into Joan? The trebuchet still has ammo as well. That thing should have been firing constantly when it had the chance. There's just a stream of infantry and cavalry now trying to chase after Joan of Arc. Still got Boyar Sons here with decent ammo, which is good.
Back to the fight.
But yeah, they have 9 seconds left. And it looks like, well, it looks like we're going to see an attacking victory. Well, apparently it was a valiant defeat. There you go. I guess it's because of the timer. I guess if these guys were defending, they only had to hold out for X amount of minutes, like 60 minutes. So I guess technically I feel like if they were given another like 5 minutes, the attackers were going to win. But yeah, they held on. So well done to the defenders here. They had a pretty a tough fight ahead of them. They did, and they did well. They held on for as long as they needed to. And after that breakthrough, like, I thought they were finished. Like when the spear line was broken through, I thought, oh, they're gonna wrap up like Wallachia and they're gonna get Armenia, and then it's just like they're done. They're just kind of like a pit. They're just gonna crush Sicily and France from 2 different angles. But no, it wasn't quite enough. But anyway, this one was sent in by I believe Fenrir, who was playing against France army here. So well done to Fenrir. This is a really, really fun one. But yeah, no, it was a really, really fun one. It was really close as well. That was the main thing. It was really close. And yeah, some interesting tactics, we'll put it like that. Certainly the spam of like those archer spears. I'm definitely gonna have to try at some point. That's really cool. But yeah, some interesting use of like pole arms and shock infantry on like against each other, for instance. But yeah, Fenrir here did really well with his cavalry. 600 kills with his gendarmes, did really well. 544 with his mortars. These two units alone probably got most of his kills. 367 kills with the gunners here. 125 with Garda Skos. 151 with Joan of Arc. Then we have Knight here playing as the Empire of Nicaea. 194 kills with Lango Vranjoy. 197 with this one. 110 with his Scooter Toys Swords. 100 kills with his Bombard. His Cav not doing that great. His Archer's getting 113 kills. But yeah, like he did okay. Zethro with playing as Kiev, getting 70 kills with his shock infantry. His dismounted Boyar Son's getting 169, 240 kills. Dismounted Kievian nobles 93 kills, and his cav equally doing pretty poorly. Then we have Dominic playing as the Teutonic Order, 101 kills with his Grandmaster's Bodyguard, 233 with his dismounted Ritterbruder, 191 with that one, 209 kills with his Halberds. His Archer's getting 109 kills. And yeah, that's kind of about it for him. And then Strong Wind getting 133 kills with his general, 294 with his shock infantry, his pikes getting 229, 218 with his crossbows. Both these did very well actually. 176 with his gunners, and his trebuchet 92 kills. Nox playing as Silesia, 128 kills with his spears, 220 with the handgunners. And his Cav getting 143, not too bad there. Spanish Empire playing as Wallachia. The Spear Archer spam, oh my, did pretty well, getting 110, 217 kills, like getting some pretty good kills. Kurteni getting 101, and Vlad getting 77 kills. And then Snigward playing as the final, like the other France army. Joan of Arc getting 145 kills right at the end there. 181 with the shock. 105 with the sergeants, 106 with his Genoese, and 200 kills with his gunners, and 151 with the trebuchet. Very well done. But there we go, guys. That is the battle. Thank you for watching. Do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment to show your support. And until next time, Legionnaires, I will see you in the next one.